All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the line, Eternal MMA Lightweight champion David Martinez, who'll be taking on Blake Donnelly March 18th, Southport Shark in Gold Coast. David, welcome.
Hey, brother. Pleasure to be here, man.
Mate, first of all, we'll go straight into your fight. You're coming up against a guy that you've lost to, but you are the champion. How does that sit?
It's a very unusual circumstance, man, but I mean, we've seen it happen before in the UFC and things like that. One guy loses and then the other guy goes on to become the champion and they have a rematch for the belt type thing. But yeah. The way I see it is, man, I'm the guy holding the belt. I'm the champion. But to me, Blake Donnelly is, outside of an injured Jack Becker, Blake Donnelly is the number one lightweight that Australia and New Zealand have. And that's the way I'm viewing this fight. Yes, I'm the champion, but in my mind, I'm the challenger.
And you mentioned Jack Becker. Do you see him, even though he does have the leg injury, although he's doing very well coming back, do you see him as the champion, or is that, the checked kick loss? Is that, do you look at Jack as no longer being on top?
Yeah, man. I definitely view Jack as being like the top guy. I don't know how the injury plays into him now type thing. I don't know. I hear he's doing well with the recovery and he'll be coming back, soon enough. Hopefully back to full strength, if not better. But that remains to be seen at this stage.
How do you think you would go in a match against Jack Becker?
I think that'd be a very interesting match, man. You're talking two top level grapplers going head to head. That's an exciting fight.
Everyone knows you're an elite level grappler, and even against Aiden in your last fight, you put on a dominant display. Is there a bit of you that goes, no, I want to prove that I'm a top level striker, or are you still like, nah, I just whatever gets the job done?
Very much a whatever gets the job done kind of guy, man. Like I view myself as a mixed martial artist, like not as a grappler, not as a striker or anything like that. And I just use whatever tools I have available to get the job done.
With Blake, obviously fought him before. What is it that you think can be done differently? And first of all, what do you think went wrong for you in that first matchup?
What went wrong? Let's see. Definitely the speed of Blake's hands was a major difference. You'd come in close, getting pocket exchanges, but he could land and several strikes from each of my single ones. And then, having, calculated that and taking it into consideration for this fight, that could be a major difference.
Have you been upping your striking at all in the training camp? Have you brought anyone in? What's the lead up been like?
Well, I've always been working on my striking in the background, but no different than I would for, I think, anyone else at this stage, just constantly trying to better it overall.
You started your career being very undefeated. You then went on a little bit of a skid. Do you feel like you're back to the top of your game, or do you feel like all of those losses were necessary to get to where you are now?
The losses were definitely necessary, man. They showed like holes in my game that needed to be addressed, and they showed that I needed to bring other people in and train with other people, whether other training partners, other coaches, and that, to get more of a variety and exposure to other styles and other styles of coaching, other styles of like sparring and training methods, etc. So the losses were very necessary. But the way I see it is I lost my very first amateur fight, so I was never ever undefeated in the whole process of it.
Now, who takes main control of your training camp? Is it you? Is you have a wife, a lovely partner? Who takes control over your career?
Well, fight camp is basically me trying to wrestle control from my wife. I keep trying to explain, listen here, you may be the manager, but no. The training is left between me and the coaches, yeah? That never goes down well.
Well, she has such an impact on your career. And are you starting to notice, as you climb the ranks of Australian MMA, how important the other aspects are? Look, you have to speak to me right now.
Yeah, I definitely can see that.
Do you enjoy the media side at all?
I am actually really enjoying it, man. go back a couple of years, and I'd be like dreading it and all that because I'm usually so shy and reserved. I don't like to do a whole lot of talking. And like, people are half tempted to call me the silent assassin as opposed to smiling, because I don't say an awful lot at times. But lately, I have like really started to enjoy the media side of it. Especially, there's just something about doing it on fight week. You're depleted, you're tired, you just want to get to the weigh-in so you can get that part over with. But like, getting on, chatting with you guys, it's actually been like a real fun experience.
And is there any side of the mental warfare that gets in? Because people have talked trash to you in the past. Does it ever get to you at all?
You just got to see it in jest, man. Like, everyone's working some kind of angle. If they want to go the trash talking route, like, there's a strong part of me that doesn't believe it's real, or that, like, they don't really think of me that way. Why are you saying that, bro? But yeah, uh, it just falls under, it is what it is.
Now, in terms of furthering the career, I can only imagine that getting to that next level, your UFCs and whatnot, are what's in the bag for you. Do you feel far away from that?
Well, I learned from like earlier on in my career, man. Like, you don't know where you sit really. You have an idea, you can sort of sense it a bit, but like, if you were to rip back the covers from it all, like, you have no idea where it is. You don't know how close you are, and you don't know how far you are. So, all I'm thinking about is just the next step. To me, that's fighting like Donnelly this Saturday.
And winning, I'm going to ask you this: winning the title back the second time, did it feel better than the first?
In a sense, it did. Like, emotionally speaking, probably not. Like, it was about the same. It's just, it's just winning another fight, winning another title type thing. It's the exact same as the first time round, but uh, it meant a bit more because of like my team just feeling more unified. So, if you've seen some of the group photos with my teams after the fight, like after my recent fights, like, just having all those people together, helping me out along the journey, it's been incredible.
And if we could just finish it off with this, after it's all said and done, how does David Martinez want to be remembered in mixed martial arts?
That's a very good, yeah, that's a very good question, man. Like, I don't know. Let's just go with the guy that maybe smiled a bit too much for his own good.
You're an absolute legend, and I will chat to you another time. Thank you, David Martinez.
Oh, my salute there, bro. That's, that's copyrighted.
It's
That's my thing,
mate.
yeah.
If you told me not to salute anymore, I guess I can't salute anymore.
No, you're all good, my friend.
Take it easy, brother.